In this video, I'm going to talk about the 3 things it took for me to completely smash and obliterate my bad spending habits. You're going to want to watch this entire video because I'm also going to tell you what I got out of this amazing 12-week transformation I just did. Thanks. Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by my channel. My name is Tara. I am the creator of Healing Adventures. I do quantum healing hypnosis therapy. I also do body regen. I'm a corporate sales rep. I'm also a single mom, and this is one of my passions, is just getting on here and sharing is self-development, self-transformation, all with stories that inspire, motivate, and activate people's truth, their passion, and really get them shifting and changing things in areas of their life. So in this particular video, those of you who've been following me, thank you so much, because it has been an amazing journey over the last 12 weeks. You know that I have been tackling my finances. I will put a link below in the description box to the first video that discusses why I took on this journey. So let's just get started and get right into this video. So I'm going to talk about the three things I did to just crush my bad spending habits. Now, I took some notes. How you like these glasses? How you like these glasses? They're kind of crazy, kind of cool. I'm trying them out. I like them. Okay, so what are the 3 things you have to do? I'm going to start with the 3 things that I took on and the 3 things that were most impactful for me over the last 12 weeks. And it's actually been about 14 weeks now. I've had a couple weeks where I've not posted for various reasons. I have a full life. I work full time. I do hypnosis on the side. I'm also a full-time parent, so I have a crazy schedule, and I have another YouTube channel, including this channel. So if you want to know what I'm also doing on my other YouTube channel, check out the description below. It's called The Terracin Experience. It's all about having fun and living on a budget in Austin. So check that out, because that's a channel that my boyfriend and I have just recently started, and we're having a blast with it. Now, back to the 3 things that you came here to find out about. What did I do to transform this journey? Over the last 12 weeks, I had to totally look at what it was going to take to transform my finances. Step 1, the thing I had to look at, and I'm going to say step 1 has 2 parts. It has A and a B. Step 1 is I had to figure out my why. Why am I sitting in the same place financially? About 12 years ago, I was in a similar situation financially. I did foreclose on my home, and I was on the verge of foreclosing on this home. I had to really look at, why am I here again? And as some of you may know, life has its interesting patterns. We typically, find ourselves in a cycle. And unless you can recognize that you're in a cycle, then you can't break the cycle. But I had to really look at why. I have been being and behaving as an emotional shopper and spender. Shopping and spending for me shopping and spending for me was typically what I wanted when I wanted it. So there was no budget. There was no, do I have the money? Everything was in my head like, oh, I think I can afford that. I think I can afford that. And as you also know, I went from a 6-figure income to a 5-figure income. So I've had to really scale my life back. Emotional shopper, emotional spender, when I wanted to, when I felt like it. I promise you, one of the worst habits I've ever had. It doesn't work. Also, I had to look at, why do I want to transform this area? Like, why is it important for me? Here I am again. Why is it important for me to really take this on this time? As in, no kidding, no joke. I had to really tell the truth to myself. I had to get down to the bottom of my true why, so deep that it would be enough to inspire me to get off my butt and really make a difference in this area. My why is my son, my life, myself, the ability to have complete and total peace and freedom in the area of money. to be able to travel wherever, whenever we want to be able to actually do the things that we want to do when we want to do them, at whatever level we want to do them at. I also had to recognize that 80% of my take-home pay was going out to other people being bills, mortgage, utilities, gas for my car, insurance, credit cards, subscriptions. And there was no budget. It was just all of my money was going out to creditors or to the mortgage, or, and there might be some money left over for fun. But for the most part, every dollar was going to someone else every time I brought in money. And I began to look at that and recognize, wait a minute. Why is all my money going out the door the moment it comes in? What am I doing that I'm giving everybody else my money? And how do I stop that from happening? So I invite you to really look for yourself. And this could be for any part of your life, right? For any part of your life that you find that you're in a pattern. You really want to look at, why are you there? And why do you want to change it? What's at the bottom of your why? Step two. I had to build structure and support. And what structure and support was in my life was a budget, okay? Budget. Don't want to talk about the budget, right? Budgeting. Ugh. I had to build structure and support. So while building that structure and support, that meant that I had to go through every bank statement for the last 3 months prior to me starting this journey, and I had to look at every transaction. I had to look at every credit card, every transaction. I had to look at every subscription. What is the subscription for? Is it a priority? I literally had to weigh priority spending to the fluff spending, and I had to remove all the fluff that I had in my financial spending world because there was no budget. And when I looked at the budget and began to budget every dollar, it was incredible how much over the budget I was spending. Yet in my head, I had it like, oh no, I got this, I can handle this. As many of you know, I was on the verge of foreclosure because of these types of spending habits, all the while thinking I was as responsible as I could possibly be, but I wasn't being responsible. So again, I ask you, if this is an area that you have been bumping up against, that you feel challenged with, are you being responsible? And put a structure of support in for yourself. If you are not budgeting every dollar, I'll put a link below. There is an app called the Every Dollar app. Get it. It's a game changer. It's a lifesaver. You need to know where every dollar is going. Step 3. You have to make yourself accountable to someone or something. So what I did, crazy, what I did is I made myself accountable here on my YouTube page. I made a commitment to the Financial Ninjas community, which is a financial community I'm a part of. You can find the link below in the description box. They are on Facebook. We are a community of people supporting each other to building wealth and really transforming the conversations that we all have around money. We are really going at taking it down and just crushing it, okay? So I took on being accountable to that community because in that community, we lost somebody to suicide over finances. This person felt so buried in their stories around money that they took their own life. So for me, 2006, I was in a similar situation and I contemplated those thoughts. So I made myself accountable on this journey, this last 3 months, and my accountability partner was you. all of you. And yes, I stupidly, crazily put my life out here and shared with everybody, and it has not been easy, but it has kept me on track. Now, I'm not saying you have to go build a YouTube page and go tell everybody your life story, but you need accountability. You need to find a partner, someone who will support you. I am happy to support you. There's a link to my website below if you want to talk to me about that. But you need someone to support you on this journey, because it's easy to fall back into bad habits and to give up, because we have so many conversations mentally in our mind that are right there ready to just take you out of the game. So I had to do that. I had to make myself accountable. And if you are still watching this video, thank you, because I'm about to tell you some of the things I got out of this journey, which were amazing. And one thing I got out of this journey I would have never imagined in my wildest dreams would have happened. Now, the biggest thing that I got is I got a second chance on my home. I did not foreclose on my home. There's a link below to that video as well, because I went into the whole story as to what happened with that. But the miracle there is that my mortgage is now $500 less than what it was. I got a second chance on my home. I got a budget that works, a budget that empowers me, a budget that has me feel in control of my money. My money no longer tells me what I gotta do. I now tell it what to do. Now, I'm not saying it's easy. I've only been doing this budget for 2 months. It has been like, ooh, you know, you gotta get used to it. It's a little rocky, but it works. It's bringing me peace. It's bringing me clarity. I have an understanding of what's coming in, where it's going, where it needs to go. So that way the priorities get handled. The final thing that I got out of this entire journey, which I really had no idea was possible. Those of you who've been following me, at some point, my partner, Jefferson, who's this amazing photographer, he's an amazing partner, amazing friend. He's my best friend. He's my best friend. He joined me on this journey, and he supported me in ways that were not expected. I wasn't expecting him, because here we were in this relationship and he's learning all about the dirty of my finances, okay? And I always felt comfortable enough to just really share with him all of my truth. That was never the issue. But he supported me. He started filming my videos on the weeks that I was like, I'm not doing this. He would sit by my side and he would remind me why I was doing this. And he would remind me that there's somebody out there that needs to hear this message. And he stood by me. And one of the things I didn't know was going to happen is he moved in with us. He moved in with my son and I. I will say this, I have had a dream of having a family unit for years. I have been a single mom. My son is 8 for almost the entire time. But I knew I just had to keep going on that journey, and that eventually the perfect person would arrive, and he arrived, and we have an amazing little family now. And it's like, had you asked me 12 weeks ago, 14 weeks ago, if I thought that this was happening, the answer would be no. So what I really got out of this entire journey is an awesome partner. And Jefferson, I want to say thank you, and I love you, and I appreciate you, and I'm so excited to be on this journey with you, and we love having you here. That's the biggest thing I got out of this. So back to all of you, enough about me. I just want to say thank you. If you got value out of this video, please, would you please just hit the like button? See the little thumb? Just in the, oh gosh, I think it's that corner right there is my subscribe button. Bam, hit that subscribe button, subscribe to my channel. I am looking forward to being on this journey and continuing sharing throughout the months ahead. But I just want to say thank you. Thank you to all of you for being with me on this journey. And as a reminder, the three things that you can do to completely smash and crush your bad money habits is 1, figure out your why. Why are you where you are at, and why do you want to get out? Part 2, you want to look at putting in your structures. Your structure and support. put in the structure and support. Build a budget. 3, get accountable. Find an accountability partner, someone who will hold your hand and support you through that journey. Every week that I have posted, you're the reason why, and I want to say thank you. And share this video with a friend who might be going through the same thing. I love you. See you all later. See you all next time. Have a great week. Bye-bye.